Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. I've made a new pick a card read for you. This time it's a full Celtic Cross Tarot spread for singles. So this is about your love life, things that are going on within your love life, what is happening for you, especially for singles this time. I didn't even mean it to be like that, but it's obviously for singles this time. So there we go. Now I've made 3 readings here, all timeless readings. Whenever you get into this is good. We'll find out what's going on for you in your love life and maybe change things for you, or help you to change things if it's not exactly going the way that you want it to go. Now, each of these has got a deeper dive, so it's got an extended reading that goes with it. If you find that it is your story or could be your story, you might want to get that, because in the extended reading I'll be revealing the outcome cards from this Celtic cross spread. How's this all going to work out in the end? Also, I will be picking cards out from all of these love decks back here on my shelves to give you further clarity, give you some advice on all of that as well. So if you're interested in those deeper dives, that extended reading after you've watched your reading, then I'll be popping a link for it up there toward the end of each reading. There's a link in the description box and in the comments below for that as well. And that's where you can also find the timestamps to jump ahead to your reading as well. So all you need to do now is take your pick. Which one attracts you? Is it the crystal, this beautiful rose quartz chunk, triangular trunk, not trunk? Is it the flower? Or the shell? Gorgeous shell. So there you go. Take your pick now. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Leave a comment as well as you're watching. Really helps my channel out when you do that stuff. Click on the subscribe button with that notification bell as well down there to hear more from me. I do 3 of these love pick a card reads a week, as well as more stuff going live and stuff like that on my YouTube channel. So I would love to have you as part of the community here. So there you go. Take your pick now. I will see you in your reading and enjoy it. So if you chose the crystal and the tarot of mystical moments, then this one's for you. Let's do your full Celtic cross tarot spread, love spread. Find out what's going on in your love life. Now, as usual, crystals, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. So a reading, an extended reading that goes with this. So if you find that this is your story or could be your story, then you might want to get that. In the extended reading, I'm going to reveal the outcome cards from your Celtic cross spread. I'll also be picking cards out from these love tarot decks here as well to get more information for you, finding out timelines, that kind of thing. And so if you're interested in that, toward the end of the reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So let's find out, what is this reading all about for you guys? Crystals. It's about the Page of Swords. This is about you having a new perspective now based on what you've learned from relationship past, and then starting out on a new journey, doing things differently based on that knowledge. Swords are about thoughts, right? And it appears that you've been learning something about relationship patterns that you've been in. And from that learning that you've had, you can start again, but it's going to be like a page, like, so you're a novice, you're going into this, doing it a different way, and you'll feel unsteady on your feet, but it's definitely the right direction to go in, is what I'm hearing. But you're going to feel unsteady on your feet because it's going to be new to you doing this. So you're going to be questioning yourself, I'm sure I'm doing the right thing, your old self and your old ways, your own patterns that might be pulling you backwards. It might be tempted to slip back into old ways, but don't do it. What's crossing you? What's crossing your crystals? Death. Yeah. So you really do have to end those old ways, right? And so you've got to be really firm in that. Like, I'm not doing what I used to do again. You need to be really firm in that, because a rebirth is assured if you do that. If you are dead set about, I am doing this now, I'm switching it up. It's also about the King of Pentacles, which this is your energy because it's the female version of the King of Pentacles. So what's crossing you is you're feeling a little bit unstable in that, you know. You're not yet feeling stable in this new path, in this new approach kind of thing. You're not sure, but you're going to try it out. It's different than you've done in the past. But yeah, just need to be certain of that. What have you been learning? Let me know in the comments below, crystals. Yeah. Okay, so how do things look on the face of it at the moment in your love life? Queen of Pentacles. So more of a single kind of an energy. You haven't found your stability in yourself, and you making your life more stable, doing things for yourself, self-love, that kind of thing, paying your bills, sorting your life out, getting your life in order kind of thing. So it appears that you've been doing that, and it could be like you're feeling ready to be open to a relationship now. You want to add to that by bringing someone in, right? Yeah, it very much feels like that to me. And what's really behind that is High Priestess. Yeah, I think it feels like it's time. It's time to let someone in here. The High Priestess, though, there is an element of like of secrecy or unknown about it as well. So you're not sure whether you're really ready yet, but it does feel like you're on your way to being ready. It does feel like you're on the way to being ready here. It certainly feels like you've been learning and you've got like your thought process is right now about how you should approach your love life, what you should do, what you shouldn't do, boundaries, that kind of thing. Yeah, maybe it's time to put it into action, but this is a maybe, so perhaps dip your toe in kind of thing. Are you ready? You can just be in that question, really. What's the recent past energy? The Devil. Yeah, you've had some hard experiences, so, you know, people like fooling you, catfishing you, pretending to be someone they're not, just catfishing. Negativity. You've had things that have caused problems in your love life, and you're afraid. In the past, you've been afraid for the same thing to happen again, so you're more guarded, kind of heart closed down because of the fears that what if it's the same again, what if it's another one of those narcissists or something like that. So you've had a lot of fear in the recent past because of negative experiences that you've had, so could have had a break in your love life is what I'm feeling here. And what's coming in near future? What's coming in the near future? What are the energies that are coming in for crystals in the near future? Seven of Cups, a choice to make, and you could feel confused about that choice as well. So someone shows up and it's like, oh, is this more of the old? Is this the same thing again? You're going to have to be really conscious, like be really present and be really conscious of what you're getting into now, right? So that you don't fall back into the old patterns. But I think you're well aware of that. Yeah, you seem to have learned so much, but applying it is so different, isn't it? Because you fall in love. That's the thing. And one thing, I don't know what you're thinking your approach is, but I would say definitely just to remain conscious and not get swept up by emotions and hormones and things. It's probably a good idea to delay the whole sexual intimacy thing, I would say, because when that happens, it's like when the intimacy occurs, our hormones kick in and it can be very difficult to be clear. It can be very easy to slip back into old ways. So I don't know if you'd like thought of that as your new approach, but anyway, there's going to be a difficult choice to make. So someone could be coming toward you pretty strong, like flirting with you, wanting to get physically intimate with you very fast kind of thing, and you might be confused as to whether to go for it, whether to, you know, it's always best to hold off, you know, because if someone's really interested in you, then they will stick around kind of thing to get to know you properly. So anyway, it's going to be confusing, the choices that you've got coming in the near future for you. What's this reading also about? It's about Eight of Cups. It's about leaving old emotional attachments behind. Okay, so what I'm getting from this is that you guys, yes, you've had the devil in your past kind of thing. So you've had some negative experiences, but you've loved them anyway. And there is still that emotional attachment that you've got. You know, I'm not getting that you're particularly attached to someone in particular, but you're fond of your exes kind of thing. That's where your heart was at. Your heart remembers. It's like it's got echoes. Your heart has echoes of loving these people. They didn't really deserve your love because they're in that devil energy, but you know, they gave you negative experiences in return for your love. But there's still something very heart connected, heart attachment about this. So there's still, what I'm trying to say is, your heart is reminiscing and feeling that love for the past people. You've got an emotional attachment to that. And so you need to know that you're still going to have an attraction to more of the same. Your heart will go out to more of the same people that don't really deserve to be in relationship with you. And it feels to me like you need to let go of that, or allow yourself to feel that attraction to certain ones, but put it in its place and realize, no, that's more of the same. That's me trying to love the underdog, or give love to those people that I can intuitively feel are not loving themselves, trying to provide what they don't have within themselves. If you're trying to do that, you're not going to get that love back from them. If you choose someone that doesn't have it within themselves, you can't get it back from them. You need to choose someone that does have it within themselves, and stop trying to redress balances when you're feeling imbalances in other people. You're not here to pour into other people's cups. You're not here to find an empty cup and pour your heart energy into that cup. But it's very tempting for you to do that because you've been in that pattern of doing that. That's what I'm saying. So there's the whole, yes, it's about what you've learned and your new thought process and new approach here, but this is also about an energetic heart letting go of that attraction. Now, you might never stop being attracted. No, I think you will. Eventually you will. It will wane. It will wane. The more you put it in its place, like, that's not a good choice for me, heart. You're attracted to this person, but that I can see it's not a good choice for me. You will stop being attracted to them in time. But you're still going through that process, right? Still going through that process. So there's pairs of things here. A pair of butterflies, a pair of dragonflies, a pair of swans. You're going to feel like your match is perhaps one of these confusing choices coming in. It will feel like you're their match. But then if you look at it with what you've learned, you'll realize, no, they're not a match. They've got an empty cup and I've got a full cup. I'm loving myself and I've got plenty to give. They've got an empty cup and they've got nothing to give me. It's not self-loving for me to get into a relationship with this person. Okay, so what are your fears? What are your fears? Crystal's fears. Crystal's fears. Marriage. So commitment, fearing locking something in. So it's fearing more of the same, but you locking it in, kind of thing. You're committing your heart again. So you're fearing getting involved with someone because you know you're loyal to a T. You commit. You go all in. When someone gets into your heart, you keep them in your heart, you know. And so you're actually fearing that. Your propensity to lock it in and be loyal and to commit to them too soon. So don't commit too soon. Fearing the lovers. So you're fearing it. You're unsure. It's like, oh God, got new choices coming in, kind of thing. You guys, you're feeling almost ready, but you're feeling like scared of, like, what if I fall back? What if it's what if I make the same mistakes again? What if I am swept up by romance again and on all of that kind of stuff? What are your hopes? You're probably hoping for the same things there as well, you know, commitment and lovers, and open up slowly to it, I would say. Yeah. Hoping for the Knight of Cups, hoping for like a true love offer coming in, someone that's coming towards you with romance and with effort and all of that. You're hoping for someone to choose you, right? To claim you, to choose you, to be all in on it. So this suggests that you've been with people that wouldn't commit, that were like keeping their options open, that wouldn't say that they were going steady with you, that kind of thing. You're hoping someone to like choose you and to be like, to choose a path. Yeah, you guys, you mustn't have experienced that before, when someone actually chooses you and wants to have a relationship with you, and they are, you know, on board with that. Yeah, you've probably been having relationships with people that don't really want a relationship. So I'll get your outcome cards out now. So that's a good one to start with. What else? Yeah, so I'm getting a lot of messages from that card, in fact, for you. Outcome cards for crystals. This will tell a story and a progression, these outcome cards, because I get multiple cards out. What is the outcome for crystals? 2. Okay. What else? Very advicey, these outcome cards that are coming out now. It's not always that way in these readings, but these are. So you're getting a lot. Ooh, you're getting a lot of advice coming out here for your way forward. I'm making a mess. That card seems to want to come out there as well. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, very nice. Okay, 4 outcome cards there. It's got quite the progression. As I said, these are quite teach you really of how to proceed. Yeah, it's your how to next. So there you go. If you want to find out what they are, if this sounds like it is your story, it could be a story, you might want to find out what these are, and I'll get all the other love cards out, and let's get some timings on all this and find out the way for you to proceed forward in all of this. If you're interested in that extended deeper dive read, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for it in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now. It's an instant watch kind of a thing. Get your email address right, type it in very carefully, because if you get it wrong, you won't receive it. Now, the email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder. Check in those places. In that email, you'll see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. Click on that crystal on a device where you can open PDFs. In that PDF, amongst other things, you will see a picture of a video. And when you click on that picture of a video, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, then just try it on a different device and it will. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Leave a comment as well. And, excuse me, click on that subscribe button along with that notification bell to hear more from me as well. Excuse me, I do 3 of these love picker card reads a week. Okay, so if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with it all. If you're coming with me to the deeper dive, I'll see you in there very shortly. Flowers, if you chose the flower, then this one's for you. Flowers, let's do your full Celtic Cross love spread now. Find out what's going on in your love life and what's coming up for you. Now, as always, flowers, there's going to be a deeper dive and extended reading that goes with this. If you find that this is your story, or could be a story, you might want to get that, because in that I'm going to reveal the outcome cards from your Celtic Cross spread. I will also be picking cards out of all of these romance decks that I've got back here to give you more information on that. We'll be getting a timeline out for you as well, and lots of advice on it. So what is this reading all about? If you're interested in that deeper dive toward the end of this reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for it in the description box and in the comments below. What's this reading all about? Well, this reading is all about King of Pentacles. These are the stable ones, marriage material. This is the someone else. This is your person, stable marriage material kind of thing. 4 of Pentacles, holding your energy back, or keeping hold of them. No, keeping hold of them is what I'm getting. So, you might think that you've met someone here that is very stable, marriage material kind of thing. And you want to hold on to this. You want to nurture this. You want to grow this. You want it to be long term. Yeah, you want to hold on to this one. So, this reading is all about that. Holding on to someone, having them stick around for the long term. How can you, like this person might seem ideal to you. How can you make it long term kind of thing? I think that's what we're talking about. Well, what's hindering you in that? What's crossing you in that? 5 of Pentacles, feeling left out, but it's just not happening for me, Claire. It's not happening for me. How come I can't seem to hold on to one? Oh, it seems like a very singles tarot reading this time. That's interesting, because when I sat down to work and I was deciding what should I do it on, someone had asked me to do singles readings, right? And I thought, no, I'll just do the tarot reading. I'll do singles next time. But I think I'm doing a singles Celtic Cross tarot reading this time. I'm going to put it out as that. So you're feeling left out of it. You go on dates, you start off on these relationships, but no one seems to stick around for the long term. What's up with that? Let's find out. Okay, how do things appear on the face of it? What's going on here? How do things appear on the face of it? Oh, cool. So we've got a new concept. Singles tarot. Awesome. Page of Cups. Oh, there you are. You're all optimistic about it. You've got these dreams and you're like, this one, this will be really good. Pigs might fly though. I wonder why. So this is overly optimistic. This is great. This could be the one. This person's so dreamy. They're amazing. You might be putting people on pedestals too much with that. What's really behind that energy? What's really behind that? 4 of Swords, not quite having healed yourself yet from past pains. Someone that you fell in love with and it was true love, and they caused some pain in your life and it really hurt you. Really hurt. This is a long time ago, this stuff. You're still healing from that. Could be your first love. The pain that they caused you. Then it caused you to be a little bit not optimistic about love. Yes, it caused the opposite of that. It caused you to be very pessimistic. It caused you heart to close down. You're still healing from that. So what we've got here is that you're pessimistic. You're appearing on the face of it as you're hugely optimistic, but really you're pessimistic. Why? Because of someone from the past, Six of Cups. This is first love energy. For some of you, it will be your first love, your first true love. You're still not healed from that yet. You've still got a pessimism based on that. So, open to receive. Single. You feel like you're open to receive, but you've got this single energy. Okay, let's piece this together. You had your first love. You were very optimistic then. You did things right, but it went wrong somehow. It made you very pessimistic about love. It really hurt you, real cut deep in your heart there. And it made you pessimistic. You were pessimistic for a while, which got you into this Nine of Pentacles, single independent thing. But then you thought your heart was open still. But then you had negative relationship after negative relationship. So after a good one, but it still went wrong and caused pain, then you went into really negative relationships, right? Why did that happen? Because you closed down. You weren't open. You weren't Queen of Cups. You closed down. So you went into relationships for whatever reason while you were still pessimistic about them, and then had negative relationship after negative relationship, and then formed this kind of pattern. It would have been better for you to be single even for longer, but we're talking about ages ago now. You might have been young and hormones, you know. Hormones are there. We want to get in a relationship. We've got more of a drive to get into a relationship when we're younger, right? Those hormones are raging. So this is what happened. So, okay, let's get back to this. Page of Cups. So it appears like you're overly optimistic about relationships. You put people on a pedestal, but really you're fully pessimistic about it. So you've just been broken down by negative experiences. Did it really sink in what I said? Because you were heartbroken from your first love, the pain there, you weren't single long enough after that. You got into a relationship, and when we're in pessimism, we don't manifest good things. We manifest more that's going to make us pessimistic. So then you had one after another negative relationship because you didn't take the time to be by yourself, to recover properly, which is why you're still healing from it. You're still healing from the original pain because you've never been single long enough after that original pain to fully heal it. That's what this is saying. You're trying to override it by forcing yourself to be optimistic, but it's not true optimism. It's not innocent, open-hearted, I'm ready for love kind of optimism. It's a false paste over the top, trying to get past your true negative, your pessimism about relationships because you haven't fully healed from that original. Wow. Okay, so recent past energies in your love life. Ace of Wands. Someone came in passionate about them. They were sexy. Ooh, this could be the one. Very exciting new start. But what happened? So this is the near future. You've got Two of Wands, choice to make. Queen of Pentacles. Should you be single? Yeah, should you be single and stable in yourself? Like, you want the King of Pentacles, right? You've got to be the Queen of Pentacles first. You want to hold on to a King of Pentacles kind, someone that's stable, someone that wants commitment and all of that, someone that wants to be in a relationship. So you've got a choice of do you carry on getting into relationships, or do you get into this Queen of Pentacles energy? And it's not enough to be single. You've got to be single and heal from the original wound. So how can you do that? Well, remember what you felt like when you got into your first true love relationship, because that's the original pain here. How open-hearted you were then, truly open-hearted you were. Not this fake version of it, trying to get that energy back. But when you had a truly innocent heart, you can get to something near that again when you're truly healed. It's not about being blindly optimistic about people. It's about clearing out your heart so that you can love again. What else is this reading about? It's about being able to hold on to someone. And your family and your friends might say, oh, how come you can never keep them, or something like that. And that might be like, keep on stabbing you in the heart, because that's not what it's about. It's not about, you haven't got something wrong about you that you can't keep somebody. It's not that at all. What is this reading also about? It's about decisions that you make. Judgment. It's about your judgment. It's about the decisions that you make in relationships, who to be in relationship with. But it's more than that, you know. It's the fundamentals of these cards are the most important in this reading here. Is that the original heartbreak that needs to be healed. You need to go back to that relationship, or go back to the relationship. You need to think about that relationship again, and why that happened, what went wrong with it, why that happened. You might even want to go to therapy about it as if it's happening now. Piece it together, because that is the original wound that hasn't been healed yet. And when you heal from that, yes, then things will really change. Your decisions that you make for yourself are going to change. So the original wound here from your first love, that is impacting the decisions that you make in your love life now still. And we want to get you back to this innocence, right? To that sweet innocence, so that you can be truly ready and open for a relationship. What are your fears? Eight of Wands. Fast forward kind of communication kind of thing. So you fear kind of rushing into something is what I'm getting there. And likewise, waiting forever. So you know how the Two of Wands, and it's like, and I said, oh, you need to be single a bit longer. You're probably tearing your hair out at that point, going, Claire, I've been single for ages. But you haven't. You haven't, is what I'm hearing. You're trying to get into a relationship. People are coming. I'm talking about being single. I'm talking about shelving the whole relationship thing. They're telling yourself, I'm not ready for a relationship. Claire's right. That I've got this original heartbreak still going on. I'm not even going to pursue it anymore. I'm not going, when someone's got like that spark in their eye for me, I'm going to tell myself, no, I'm not open for a relationship. Shop's closed at the moment while I sort this stuff out. So a part of you is afraid of waiting, right? Afraid of doing that, afraid of being fully single. And another part of you is afraid of rushing on into another one and it being disappointing. So the two fears there. So you're between a rock and a hard place, right? So you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. That's the way you're feeling at the moment. If you're getting into a relationship and rushing in, fearing being single as well, and waiting for what? The perfect person's coming, it's now going to happen kind of thing. See, there's your pessimism coming through. I can feel it. You're not really this optimistic person at all. But we can get you back to that point with healing. Well, I'm not sure I can get you back to that point unless you do private sessions with me, but somebody will be able to help you get back to that point. What are your hopes? King of Cups, someone that really loves you. You want someone that truly loves you and that chooses you, right? Enough to stick around. Yes, and that's the key to it. It's not something that you can do. You just need to choose someone that loves you. You've not been choosing the ones that truly love you and that will stick around. Some people will and some people won't, and the majority won't. The majority won't love you properly, and the majority won't stick around. High Priestess and the Five of Swords. These are your hopes still. High Priestess. It's like for a secret to be revealed, for your intuition to tell you who's the right one, kind of thing. That's what you're hoping for. Five of Swords. I'm getting that like this like upside down energy, that you're hoping for clarity, for no more confusion anymore. Your love life has been so confusing to you. Why? Because you know deep down that you deserve to be loved, right? And you know deep down that you're not doing anything wrong, and it might be so confusing to you when you see other people that don't do as much work as you on yourself and all of that, and they seem to be able to get into a relationship and keep someone, and then you're like, well, why? What am I doing, kind of thing? What am I doing wrong? So you want the clarity, you want to end that confusion. It's very confusing when that happens, right? Because deep down you know you deserve better, you deserve more than them, and then you are getting less than them. Makes no sense, does it? How can they be lucky and you be so unlucky? Original wound, you loved hard with that first love that you had, the first true love that you had. Might not have been the first relationship you were in, but it was the first true love that you had. Still wounded from that. You might have thought that you could never get over that. You might have said that you could never get over it. But you can. We can heal from anything, and it's probably about time as well. How long was it ago? Let me know in the comments below. Well, let's get your outcome cards out. Like I said, I'm going to reveal these outcome cards in the deeper dive, that extended reading. So if this sounds like it is your story or could be a story, you might want to get that. Let's have a look at your cards. So I'm going to get a few that tell a story, outcome cards. Nice. And, okay. I need at least 2 more for this outcome. So it tells a story, these outcome cards. Then there's that. And then, oh, nice. Okay. Yes, you got 4 cards out here. Very nice progression of your way forward kind of thing. So if you do want to find out what those are and me get all of these other cards out as well for more clarity, I'll get a timing card out as well, because you do have a very positive card in this. We'll get a timing out for that for you, possible timing. Then I'll pop a link for it up there, that deeper dive, that extended read. There's also a link in the description box and in the comments below as well. And it's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now. It's an instant watch kind of a thing. Get your email address right. Type it in very carefully, otherwise you're not going to receive it. Now, the email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, your promotions folder. Check in those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. Click on that flower on a device that can open PDFs. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video, and when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device and it will. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Leave a comment as well and click on that subscribe button with that notification bell to hear more from me. I do 3 of these Love Picker card reads a week, as well as much more. So check it out on my YouTube channel. If this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. And if you're coming with me to the deeper dive, I'll see you in there very shortly. If you chose the shell and the Muse Tarot, then this one's for you. Let's do a full Celtic cross spread for you about your love life. Single shells. So as usual, shells is going to be a deeper dive to this. That is an extended reading that goes with this. If you find that it is your reading, you might want to get that, because in that I'm going to reveal the outcome cards from this Celtic cross spread. And I will also be pulling cards out from all of these romance decks back here as well to give you further clarity on all of that and give you some advice. And also be pulling a timing card out if that's applicable as well for what you've got coming in. So if you are interested in that, toward the end of this reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So what is this reading all about for shells? What is this reading about? It's about your happily ever after, your 10 of materials, building something solid with someone. This is about having a solid relationship with someone. This is not even just about your heart being fulfilled, 10 of cups kind of thing. This is like someone who will invest, someone that wants to build something with you, someone that wants to live with you and create a family with you, that kind of thing, build a life with you. Family doesn't have to be about children, don't forget. It can be like having a house together and fur babies and all of that, you know, if you're older. But it could be about babies too. But it's someone that wants to integrate stuff integrate your lives together kind of thing, build something together, you know, a relationship. It's not just someone that wants a girlfriend or a boyfriend kind of thing. It's someone that wants a partner. Now, what's crossing you? What's hindering you in all of this, shells? What's hindering you? The Page of Inspiration. This is new beginnings, excitement. Page of Wands. It's a kind of a rushing in too fast with lust kind of a thing, and being quite naive about it as well. Page of Inspiration. So that's hindering you from getting to this 10 of materials kind of thing. And overexcitement at the start of relationships is what it feels like. Okay, so how do things appear on the face of it for shells? How do things appear on the face of it for shells or love life at the moment? How does it appear on the face of it? So you want a committed relationship, huh? How do things appear on the face of it at the moment? What's going on in Shell's love life on the face of it at the moment? Don't want to tell me, huh? How do things appear on the face of it at the moment? Slow, is it? Is your love life really slow right now? Six of Inspiration, like you're going to have a victory with someone. So you could have your eye on someone at the moment. You could be dating someone. You could be very positive about that. But what you're showing as, you know, being very excited at the start of relationships, perhaps going in super fast, that kind of thing. What's really behind it? Da, da, da. Indecision about it. Two of Voices. So you're like overly optimistic. This is a winner. This is my person. But you can't know that yet because it feels like early days to me. You know, just with that page coming out, you're too fast to get in, too fast to be optimistic about people. Really, you're quite deep down, you're undecided about them. Two of Voices. You don't have enough information about them yet to know that you're gonna have a victory with them. What do I mean by that? Well, it's not just about attraction, you know, and believing that they're going to be the one for you. You've got to get to know someone and find if they're compatible with you, and you know, there's all kinds of stages to go through, and it's not just about finding out if they're compatible with you. Like the passion and stuff like that is just a small part of it. They've got to be compatible with you, but not just that. They've got to be investing into it as well. Like they've got to show you that they're making an effort, that they want a relationship in the first place. They're willing to invest the time and the investment in you, that kind of thing, and that they're willing to make an effort for you, to love you, to make you feel special, and all of that, and to care for you and to treat you really well. There's so much more to it. So it feels to me like you're at the beginning stages. Really, you might be telling yourself that you're not. You might be a few weeks into a relationship or something like that, dating. It's still very, very early days. And the truth of it is that you're undecided because you don't have all the information about them yet, but you can continue getting to know them. Just perhaps take a step back from this, they're my person kind of thing. Past. Recent past, you've got the Knight of Inspiration. So here they come in, lusty pants. Whoa, this is exciting. Let's go out on a date. We fancy each other. Let's do it kind of thing. Knight of Inspiration, they're not the king. They're not someone that's approaching you in the method of the king that is really wanting that stability kind of materials. So you guys, you probably keep on getting into these short-term relationships kind of thing and then disappointed that someone doesn't want to build with you kind of thing. And very rarely that Knights of Inspiration, Knight of Wands will want that, you know. They want a short fling kind of thing. They're not at the stage of their life where they want to settle down. So, what have you got coming in the near future? You've got Eight of Voices, feeling tied down kind of thing, or repeating patterns, and Nine of Voices, anxiety and fears, and sleepless nights and all of that. So you've got pain coming in. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but yeah, you know, I've seen this in my friends, and I was in this energy too, is that I thought that you could just keep on, like, you know, meeting people when you're out and stuff like that, and they were the Knight of Wands, the players kind of thing, but eventually one of them would want to settle down with you, and I thought that was the way it was. You just need to find that right one, the one that, and they just will. It will develop from that lusty thing, picking you up kind of thing, or the Tinder date kind of thing, to something more. And then I realized it's not true at all. That the ones that want something more, they don't start things off in that way at all. You're never going to, even if you think your friends have, you're never going to be able to pick someone up like that and for it to turn from the Knight of Inspiration into the Ten of Materials. It's not going to happen, because people that want the Ten of Materials, people that want that happily ever after, they're looking for someone on a whole different level. They would not be interested in someone that's going out and picking people up, because that is not someone that's ready. Someone that's doing that isn't ready for a proper relationship. So it just feels like your approach here. But yeah, it feels like this Knight of Inspiration, the one that you think is your victory, is your happily ever after kind of thing. It doesn't feel like this is going to pan out again. So this reading is about the Ten of Materials. It's about your happily ever after, the one that will pan out, the one that will stick around. What else is this reading about? Seven of Materials is about taking it slowly and building it. So it's about, yeah, exactly that. Seven of Materials is, you know, waiting for the thing to blossom, for love to blossom. How? Well, it blossoms out of friendship first, really getting to know someone, taking it really slowly, finding out if they're compatible. And yeah, just taking your time, taking it to the next level each time, letting them develop in their commitment and their energy into it. You should have like alarm bells ringing in your head if someone is willing to invest straight away into something. That's love bombing, right? Invest too much straight away in it. So you shouldn't expect like someone on first date or even first few weeks or maybe even first few months to go all in and to be full on about it like that. Don't ever expect that, because that is a red flag. Expect them to take it slowly and to develop and get to know you and all of that, and then be making more and more effort as they go along, rather than all in straight away. It feels like you're an all in straight away kind of a person. But you need to be planting these seeds and letting it develop and letting it just go to the next stage, next stage, next stage. What are your fears? Your fears are a page of emotions. It's the constant like opening your heart and then getting disappointed, opening your heart and then getting disappointed. But it's a page again. You see, it's that excitement and that loss, the page of inspiration, but the novice at it that's holding you back. You're actually approaching your love life like a teenager. I'm sorry to say, but that's what it feels like here. It's the teenage card, you know. You're approaching your love life like that instead of like an adult. What are your fears? Queen of Voices, being cut out, having to have a boundary, having to say no to someone, it being another no. Yeah, and I think that's exactly what you've got coming in here. Repeating patterns, you know. If you keep on doing what you did, you're going to keep on getting what you got. What are your hopes? Your hopes for justice, that one that truly deserves you and the one that you truly deserve. Yes. And you can have them. It's going to take a different approach, but you can have them. And the Fool, you want a new beginning with someone that wants to like hold your hand and say, yes, let's do this. Let's have a relationship. Let's build a life together. Let's do this. Let's get your outcome cards out. So as I said, I'll be revealing the outcome cards in the deeper dive, in that extended reading. So let's get them out for you. I'm going to get a few out so that it tells a story. So what have you got coming in? That's a very good start. And then what? It's going to be like a progression, telling a story and your progression forward for these outcome cards. Nice. And it appears that you're learning from this outcome. Very good. Ooh, wow. Wow. That's exciting. And then that. Okay, so if you are interested in finding out what these outcome cards are, then you might want to get that deeper dive. It's a very interesting progression now. I like it. And I will also be pulling cards out from all of these love decks as well, and getting you clarity and giving you some guidance on all of it. So if you're interested in that, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. Just 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. Get your email address right, type it in very carefully, because if you get it wrong, you're not going to receive it. Now, the email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder. So check in those places first. In that email, amongst other things, in the email, you'll see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. Click on that shell on a device where you can open PDFs. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video. And when you click on the picture of a video, if it doesn't take you to a video straight away, just try it on a different device and it will. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Leave a comment as well. And click on that subscribe button along with that notification bell as well down there. And so there we go. If this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. And if you're coming with me to the deeper dive, then I'll see you in there very shortly.